What's up, LC heads? I wanted to cover Labyreth here because she's actually a pretty cool hero. I think a lot of people are just going to pass on her. She is a dark attribute healer, so it's opposite world time. She does have a lot of good support, right? She breaks a lot of stats, damage. She breaks damage, right? She's going to make the enemy do a lot less damage just based on percentage. And then she's also breaking their strength. Then she has breaks, spells, right, that she can cast that break stats even more. And one of the big ones that she has absolutely neuters a mage. She has X, whatever the hell it's called. It's a minus 50% intelligence debuff. So she can absolutely neuter a mage. She can help with any fight where you're just getting destroyed by magic. She's going to be pretty resilient to magic, and she can also obviously neuter any mage with minus 50% to their intelligence. She's pretty gnarly just because of that, and she has the full healer kit, including resurrection. She has healing up boosts. Pretty much the only thing this girl doesn't have is like any sort of real damage. I don't know, maybe if you compared her to like Rena or something, some of the other healers, and you look at the damage that they're doing, maybe she'll come out on top, but it's not going to be anything that you're really going to notice and use in a fight, I don't think. They made her kit dual element, so it's kind of hard to power up her kit if you're going the elemental way, right? If you, her S1 is lightning attribute, her S2 and S3 their dark attribute. So, if you power up dark, you're only getting your S2 and your S3 empowered. The S2 has an ability to steal some of the damage that she does as health, so she keeps herself healed. And the S3 has a minus 30% crit debuff that she slaps on everybody. So everyone's doing less damage, they're doing less crits, and she's got great healing. So, where does this leave her? For me, and why I like her, she's a great platform to stick some of these little abilities on that we've been getting along the way. One of my favorites is name giving. I couldn't think of its name. It's name giving, right? So, with everything I just said about this girl, you put name giving on her for 7 SC, and now she can increase your ally stats by 10%, and that is all of their stats aside from their hit points. That's not bad. If she has the proper arc, name giving goes from 10% to 25%, which is pretty substantial actually, giving somebody 25% to all of their stats except for hit points. So just with name giving alone, she can greatly increase your powers, your team's power. And she's going to be there to heal everybody, and any little side piece thing that you want to put on her, right? What else does she have? That's right. She does have an anima that is absolutely awesome. She lowers curse resistance and I think disease resistance. Maybe not disease. It was curse and silence. Yeah, it's curse and silence. So go ahead and put curse research on her so her basic attack has a chance of cursing, because she's automatically lowering those resistances, right? The research abilities only cost like 6 SC. So she's going to be cursing people and, silence, and get those research abilities on her. She's going to be doing that. And I see it proc. She drops a curse every 4 or 5 attacks that she does with her basic attack. So there's that, and there's also the fact that if you try to break her with a stat break, she has a chance of deflecting that and turning that around on you. So if you try to break her defense by whatever percent, she has a chance to negate that, and then she has a chance to give everybody on the enemy team minus 35% to that stat. So everybody would have a chance at getting minus 35% defense. If you try to break her mind, she has a chance to give your whole team minus 35% mind. When I say your team, I mean the enemy team. So any kind of stat break you throw at her, she's got a chance of just like turning that around on your team. So interesting mechanics. Here's how mine's set up, and I did give her a spell to run around and throw so we could maybe get through this, but she's got a higher intelligence than she does a strength. Mine does. And we did bring a little robot helper here. We are on God mode. This is God mode. And what is this map called? Oh, well, you guys will see. We are at the boss fight at the very end. We got to throw our anima. Yeah, go little robot. Giga weak. We want to throw the X Lostoma. We want to target the mage. We want to target the mage with that. We want to absolutely nuke his intelligence so he's not doing crazy damage. She also has Ether Slip. All enemies' magic cost MP plus 30%. That's cool. That is really cool. One of the things I feel like we have to do with this girl, if you want to keep getting MP back through like Goddess Kiss, she already has an MP regeneration effect, a high one at that. But her basic attack's not bad. It's got some splash damage stuff going on in it. See all these little black orbs? They're hitting multiple people at the same time because they're grouped up together. Now I'm just hitting the one mage. So I also can't use her skills for the first 30 seconds because I took, you know, that one ability from the God of Ruin arc, which isn't too bad for her, right? Because like for the first 30 seconds, I can just cast magic and I can throw up all of our buffs. Right, here's after 3,700 years. And now we can maybe start showing off some of the kit. S1 is just going to be lightning. Here's the S2 all around her. The S3 hits everybody around her and then targets somebody. And it's important, the S3 will hit everybody that's in the way. So, it's kind of cool, I guess. Here's another S1. It's just lightning, right? The S2 is an effect around her. And then we just go back to basic attacks here. I brought the robot here just to be able to clear this a little bit faster. All in all, not too bad. And since we're getting bounced around by a spell that's really not doing anything to her, we might as well throw our special. Here's her special. Now the special part of the special, aside from this little bit of, 3,000 damage she's doing, ooh, don't worry about damage cap, she also heals herself, and she revives your whole team. So, that can be nifty, right? We'll kill the mage first. That can be nifty, because if you can set this girl up to be the survivor, she'll bring your whole team back. And she's already pretty much immune to magic. Right, so all you have to do is spend your SC on making her physically tankier to take, physical damage. She's got decent MP, right? She's got some MP regen already built in. If you want more MP, you are going to have to work on her basic attack so that it can do a little bit more damage, and with that more damage, you can steal more MP. That's kind of where I'm going with that with Goddess Kiss. Oh, that's right. I forgot High Nemesis. I might as well drop everyone's mind by 35% since I keep throwing after 3,700 years. Now, I'm not saying to make her an offensive caster. I only took the 3,700 years to pretty much run her solo. It's doing a whole 600 damage. And I took it to run out her MP, right? Just so I could get a good idea of how difficult it's going to be to get some MP back. She does have Soldier Shield. I'm sorry, Human Shield. Human Shield. So she's getting a shield against all human types, which greatly helps her here. take a bunch of lightning. Yeah. 3,700 years later, you take it again. Damn, they just took this little robot down to half health. I mean, he was standing up to a TR Rising. So yeah, this fight here can actually be pretty damn gnarly. These bosses are no joke. Let me just remind everybody, let me throw a Giga Week out there. This girl does have a paid weapon that increases the duration of her debuffs and breaks that she throws out by 20%. That's substantial. That is substantial. She also has some armor that is just the bee's effing knees, man. She's getting like 20% less damage taken. Straight up, just damage less taken, 20%. That's huge on a piece of armor. What else is it? Like 10% more to her MP, which is great for her, you know? So all in all, they really hooked her up with the paid gear. Probably knowing that a lot of people were not going to get it. Oh, let's actually use some of her healing. Here, she has Ancient Healing. This is God Heal on Crack. And we just healed him for 19,000 hit points. And since they're throwing magic, let's throw her special. Again. So she has a bunch of breaks on everybody. And the S3 has that break on it, right? Everyone's gonna do less crit. Let's drop some S2s. They're at least hitting for 7,000. I know that ain't shit. What I do like about her lightning thing is as soon as she throws it, like, there's no interrupting it. She calls that lightning down, then you can smack her around, the lightning's still going to come down. Other than that, though, like, her kit's really not that exciting. Right? You guys can see the damage and stuff. Again, I don't have anything on her that is going to increase damage. Dark damage. Oh, snap. We are a healer, though. I might want to remember that. She has a bunch of stuff in her kit already to increase the casting speed of support magic. She, I think, pays less MP for support magic, and her casting time, the speed is increased for healing abilities. So she has all that built in. She has the revive built in. She has the full healer kit, right? I mean, the only thing she doesn't have is an Emperor. That S2 is gnarly, though, and it heals her. So she's going to be hard to take out. Like, this is I don't know, the character gives me, like, almost like an Inuyasha vibe as far as the art goes. I love the way that she looks. She's absolutely awesome. And she's going to be there in the back to throw name-giving buffs, for sure. That's what I'm doing with mine. And man, look how quick we get that special of hers. Bam. We were just throwing that thing back to back to back. Or it might just be because the fight's going on for almost 15 minutes because we're not really doing damage. But she can survive here, and that's pretty important because if you go to this map, which one is this? Spirited Assault on God mode, right? There's a lot of heroes that can actually get hurt here, get taken down. So she's doing pretty awesome. The robot, I mean, we can let the robot die. It's not really going to make a difference here. I've already been running this. Oh, look. Did we status somebody? We got Curse, Blind. I understand Curse. How did we blind them? Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that wore off pretty quick for them anyway. But let's go ahead and just give them that 50% intelligence break. Yeah, we need that AoE for her basic attack. So I think you can increase the MP that she gets back substantially by taking like a killer. But look, we have been dropping her skills and abilities here, right? And we've even been burning through MP, just dropping 3,700 years. I've thrown all these breaks plenty of times. Her MP isn't exactly running out, right? In fact, we're full on MP. So she's got that going for her, and mine only has 600 MP to begin with. It's not anything crazy. Love that. Well, then I guess it's my spell against yours. And look at that. We got our special again. Yeah, let's throw it for like the third or fourth time. So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty easy to make her tanky enough to survive whatever the hell you're dealing with, especially if there's a lot of magic damage there. She's just going to be able to shrug that crap off. And as long as she's alive and you're working your way towards getting her special, you'll bring your team back. So, I think that's pretty cool. I dig her. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She's pretty lackluster, obviously, as far as like damage goes or anything. But I mean, she's a dark healer for for goodness sake. I wouldn't expect a dark healer to actually be that good at actual healing, right? So, I don't know. I guess if you compare her damage to some other healers, it looks better. But we're not here to do damage. This is not a damage hero, right? This is all about these debuffs. And I've pretty much just taken what she has here. Let's see, what did I add to this? Nothing. Other than after 3,700 years. So I would take that off and I would add, you know, the name giving and some of the abilities that I'm actually trying to use. So there's a nice example of her S3 shooting through everybody. Yeah, 3,700 years that break bar. And we can throw an ancient heal real quick. Just wasted that S2. I forget that that S2 is around her. But you know what? We have a special to throw. Not going to get tired of seeing that thing. I mean, hey, we're only doing 1,200 damage or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. 3,000. Just hitting for 3,000. 40 hits. And everyone gets that killer healing at the end. So, we just have... What, the boss? No, the mage is still alive. Somehow, sadly. Just not doing that much because he's got minus 50 intelligence. But yeah, so she can pretty much throw this spell just back to back non-stop. Let's see, do we have crit? Okay, we need to break the mind. And we need to break his defense. There. Let's see what 3,700 years does. Now, 35% makes a big difference. There we go. I saw a couple of 5,000s in there. So, I think she's pretty cool, right? You have, 100 SC to spend on taking less physical damage. And I think she's going to do great. Also, I mean, just hit points, right? I'm just going to jack her up, make her as tanky as possible. And, have her be a healer. I think another thing I'm going to do is I will just run her in the background with the other heroes that I test. Because it's not like she's actually adding to damage. She is also... I didn't actually show her abilities. But at the beginning of the fight and every so many seconds... she does break the enemy team with like a minus 30% damage thing. So anybody that goes up against her is already doing less damage to everybody. You hit him with that S2. So yeah, Labyrinth. dig her art. I think they did a great job of making her look the way that they did. There's another villain from this set. She looks like some kind of harpy demon thing. She looks pretty cool. I'm waiting for her to drop, and I got excited when I saw her because she's got the horns and everything. But she is the healer from the set. This is just what mine looks like. Nothing crazy. We did get her sword. And it wasn't for the damage, like duration of debuffs plus 20%. That's really the reason to get her sword. Everything she does is a debuff, so you know your minute debuff is now a minute and 20 seconds. 20 seconds can buy you a lot of screen time, you know, or 20%, I should say. The armor that she has, the paid armor, is insane. It really is. I want the debuff duration, but that paid armor is like 20% damage reduction is like the first thing that it gives, and you're like, holy shit, that alone is crazy. And then it gives other stuff too, 10% MP. So you know, if you can get that armor too, get that armor. So this is what I have on her, just like some MP up, stuff like that, HP, MP. We have Dark Drive, that's it. We have Dark Drive. We're getting 10% more damage to our Dark S2 and S3. We have some physical damage healing. We did take the Curse Research. Great idea. She was cursing everybody like every 5th basic attack. We took 3,700 years. Divine Rights. This is a way to make her S1, S2, and her S3 you know, all her skills do more damage, no matter what element they are. But you have to wait 30 seconds before you can start using your skills, which actually isn't a big deal for her because she can spend the first 30 seconds debuffing and breaking and healing everybody. So she can have something to do for the first 30 seconds and actually take advantage of Divine Rights. If it wasn't for this extra 30% damage, yo, we'd really be dragging ass. Took some life for her. Might toggle that off. Chaos Emerald's cool for this because every 10 seconds from battle start, chance to very greatly restore hit points. Get a strength 100% buff for 20 seconds. That's really what I was going for here. If I could hit that strength plus 100% and, you know, actually get more than 2,000 strength, I figured I could actually maybe do something with some of her abilities and get some damage through. So Chaos Emerald was there for that. Savage Strike. You know, I originally built her right here to solo some maps so we could kind of look at her. So Savage Strike is going to be 50% more to my physical attack damage. It's going to work for the S1, S2, and S3, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm trying to find a way to power up her kit a little bit without splitting it into Thunder Attack Rise and Dark Attack Rise, right? Obviously, we have the Thundermatory Ring. She has Thundermatory Ring Plus. So we are using more of our intelligence in her basic attack. And this girl is nerfed. She still has experience up 2, so we're eating up 12 SC right there. Right? Very simple, basic bitch build. Nothing crazy here. And I think I'm going to do another one where I take her into the Ogre run and just let her get her ass beat and see what it takes for them to actually kill her. This girl's a lot more tanky than she lets on. So I don't know, I think she's cool. She's going to be serving my account well, just because, you know, I like using these little side abilities, and it's like she's perfectly made for them. I'm also liking how efficient she is with her MP. We will have to see. Mine's only a quarter of the way built, but this is what I think of Labyrinthe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm sure not that many people are going to be uber excited about her, but I think she's really cool, and she's serving me great. Later, everybody.